What is going on, guys? Today I'm going to be talking about thoracic outlet syndrome and just basically what happened to me, and just talking about different things about it and how to get out of it and what to do. So pretty much for me, I got TOS basically started in July. I know I have TOS for sure. The typical numbness, pain, tight feelings in your neck, scaly muscles all tight, your pecs are tight, just pain, just burning pain, and numbness in your hands, and tingling, and just the symptoms of that. I first got the symptoms like in July. I started dropping things a lot. Even before that, actually, I started dropping things a lot, and I started wondering, like, why do I keep dropping things all the time? I kept dropping pens, and like I dropped a cup a few times and the ground broke it, and on both hands actually, and I was kind of worried. I was like, I don't know what's wrong with me. I thought I was like developing like ALS or something. I don't even know. Just all these like different thoughts I was getting, I thought I was developing some sort of disease or something, but now I know that it's the beginning of TOS. So it takes time to develop something like this. It takes time to develop a repetitive strain injury, either TOS or carpal tunnel syndrome or something else. It doesn't take one day. It could take years to develop TOS. So so the first symptoms I started getting was dropping things out of my hands, and then the 1st of July, I started having like pressurized hands. My hands felt like they were being like pressurized, and then eventually I started getting like tingling in my hands, and then numbness in my pinky and my ring finger. Mostly this hand, but not really this hand, but this hand was burning. I felt like it was on fire. I got like tingling in my ring finger and my pinky, and numbness in my pinky and ring finger, burning pain in both my hands and my forearms, and then I got really tight pecs and burning pain going down my bicep, and then really tight scaling muscles, tight to the point of where I actually looked up like that, and I couldn't even look up because it was so tight, or sideways, and it was so tight that I couldn't even do that. And just a big bundle of like veins and tissue that felt like it was right there, and this side felt kind of fine, but it was still more affected than this side. So just the typical symptoms of TOS. So first off, what is TOS? So TOS obviously stands for thoracic outlet syndrome. So your thoracic outlet is located like right about here. Right, can't really show it because I have this stuff on. This tension unit, guys, is really good to use for tight muscles. But like the thoracic outlet is like right between your collarbone and your first rib. That's like kind of right there. So it goes, your brachial plexus kind of comes off your spine, and it goes down, and it goes into your thoracic outlet, which is right there, and it goes down your pec, and it goes into your under your kind of armpit, and then your bicep goes down your arm and your hand. And when you have tingling and numbness and pain, it's basically because there's something is compressing on the nerves. Something's compressing on the brachial plexus, which has the blood vessels, the artery, or the nerves. So then it causes pain and numbness in all those places. So it's very, very painful sometimes, and it's scary. So or you can have like a raised first rib, which is caused by your scalenes being really tight, and it could pull up in the first rib, which is right here, which kind of attaches to your, it goes under your collarbone, and that's where the brachial plexus goes through. And then when that happens, it presses on the nerves, and you get all the symptoms. Or it could be just tight scalenes, or just tight pecs, or tight shoulders, or tight traps, anything like that. So the symptoms for me, just numbness and pain and tightness. It's just different things like that. So what happens is basically you have something called fascia, which is like a cobweb-like substance that wraps around joints and muscles, and it wraps around nerves and blood vessels and arteries. And when you do the same repetitive movements over and over again for years and years, that fascia, that connective tissue, that cobweb-like substance around all those different things can get really sticky and tight and really get more thick, and then when it gets thicker, it can press against the brachial plexus and it cause numbness, and it can compress it and cause all the symptoms you have. And that's basically TOS. Some people don't even get symptoms of TOS, even though they can change the fascia. Sometimes it doesn't even hit the brachial plexus. Sometimes it just, for some people, it causes like tight muscles, or it causes just pain, or it just causes restricted movement of muscles, and that's it for them. But some people get like numbness and pain, and it sucks, right? So basically, the three different things of TOS is there's neurogenic TOS, there's venous TOS, or there's arterial TOS. So the arterial one, the artery one, is the most rare one. It's about 1% of people that get that with TOS. It's where the artery gets compressed and then you can get blood clots, or your hand goes totally blue. I luckily don't have that, but that's about a 1% of people that get that. And for the venous blood vessels, you can get like cold hands, and your hands can turn white, and just weak hands, and just feels numb and weird. And then for neurogenic, I think it's about 64% people that get that. That's the most common one with people that get TOS, and it just causes numbness and tingling and pain, burning pain, which is nerves being compressed, burning pain. And I have that one. I have the neurogenic, and I have a little bit of venous, because my hands, mostly my left hand turns white, and my pulse is kind of low compared to my right one. But I know that it's just because there's different things are tight, and it's from me doing years and years of playing video games all day and just sitting around doing the same movement, and everything gets tight and gets all thickened, and that's basically all it is. Some people have an extra rib and they need to get surgery for that most of the time. Some people have an extra rib but they don't have any problems, or some people get TOS from an extra rib, and that's when you need surgery, because there's basically nothing else you can do for that, because it's just the extra rib compressing on it. So your best luck if you have an extra rib, 2 of them, is to get it removed, and then your TOS symptoms will go down, or go away fully. Some people, for an artery compression, they get blood clots, and they get blue arm and all that, purple arm, and they need to get surgery sometimes, because so they don't lose that arm. I'm not saying you lose an arm, but sometimes people it's rare for people to get this, but some people have to get their arm amputated. That's so rare though. I'm not even trying to scare you guys saying that. That's like the most rarest thing, but I guess that could happen sometimes, and you can get blood clots. That's very bad. It's very bad. So some people with arterial TOS need to get surgery, but not always. There's some people that have the artery compressed, but some people do it on their own. They get out and they heal, and that can happen. But for me, I know it's 100% neurogenic, nerves and the veins, some veins being compressed. So yeah, just from me doing the same repetitive movement, it's not always caused by repetitive movements. It could be caused by you getting in a car crash and then forming scar tissue in the brachial plexus. It could be caused by you getting punched in the neck, or you fall. Something could have caused it, from working out or something, or just the same movement over and over again, repetitive strain. That's basically what happened to me. So I'm working on getting out of this problem. Is it easy to get out of this problem? It's not easy to get out of this problem, because it takes years and years to develop. And when that happens, you have to slowly get yourself out of it. I basically, got this book by a woman named Sharon Butler, and it's called Thoracic Outlet Syndrome Recovery. And basically, I read the book like 10 times over, and I basically understand a lot of things about it. And you guys need to order the book. I'm not even advertising the book. I'm just saying that that's the book that really helped me feel better. And there's a bunch of different books, but this is just the one book I got. I thought it was very had a lot of information in it about TOS. It basically just talks about how you can recover, and that you can recover, and why it happens, and what you can do about it. and just a bunch of different things. And it's very helpful, and it has different stretches in it that you can do. It's amazing. It's very awesome. It's very, very full of information, and it's for recovery. So I basically started eating very healthy, as the book said. I always ate healthy, but I started adding like vitamin C. I started taking supplements, vitamin C with rutin and a rose or something inside of it. Fish oil with vitamin D, even though I'm in the sun all day long. For vitamin D, you know, I still take like 1,000 IUs of vitamin D a day with fish oil, and then I take turmeric with black pepper because it makes it more bioavailable, makes it absorb better with black pepper. About 1,000 milligrams and 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C. I drink a lot of water. Water is very important for the fascia to become very smooth, and just it's very important for the fascia. You want to drink a lot of water a day. It hydrates the fascia and the connective tissue to move better. But I'm on the anti-inflammatory diet, just to help myself feel better. And I feel better, but that's not the whole recovery. You can just eat healthy and then get out. But that's a part of it. Mixing it up with different things is the way to get out. And then the stretches. I'm doing these 5 stretches to start off with, and then after a while you move on to different stretches, and you erase the stretches you did previously, or you can keep them. And I just do a bunch of different stretches, and very amazing. Like I honestly did the stretches, and I did them for the first 2 days, and I was sore, but then I started doing them for a couple of weeks, and then honestly guys, I had so many symptoms of TOS. I did them for like 2 weeks, and honestly I freaking had 0 symptoms after I did them. 0 symptoms of TOS. Like I had no numbness or tingling anymore, no pain. My tight scalenes, when you do this, it's so tight, that loosened up. I could look up and I felt great. No pain in my neck, no tight pecs or anything like that. No numbness or burning pain, or no tingling in my face. Just felt great. It's because of stretching. Stretching is supposed to loosen up the tight spots, the adhesions, and when that happens, there's tight spots that that form and they kind of hit against the brachial plexus, and it causes or it's all there's different like adhesions in your neck that form, and when that happens, you get really tight muscles, and you get all the symptoms and stuff like that, and it's very annoying. And when you release those adhesions, that's when the symptoms of TOS go away. I'm not saying that when they go away and you feel 100% again to go back to doing the same activities you did before. Don't do that. You have to give yourself time to heal. It could take a few months, could take 2 months, could take 5 months, could take a year, could take a year and a half. Depends on how severe it is. But basically, it could take a long time to heal, like a while to heal. It takes time to heal from anything, right? From even like any injury takes time to heal. It's not a one-day process. It's a very slow process, but you keep doing it, 100% you can get out. And just it's important to change everything you do, because this is a repetitive strain injury. You can't just heal and then come back to doing the same thing you did before and stop all the stretching, stop everything forever. If you come back to doing the same thing that you did before that caused the TOS, obviously it's going to come back. So you have to change things you do. It doesn't mean that you can never go back to working out or doing your job. It just means that you have to change the way you move now. You have to change the way you do stuff. You have to eat healthy. You have to stretch every day. You have to do different stretches to release the tight spots and make sure it doesn't compress in the brachial plexus or get tight and cause your symptoms, and move different ways, and move in totally different ways you never moved before. Because if you do the same movements, for example, you're milking a cow like a farmer does, or you're a mechanic, you're doing the same thing over, like screwing in something, or you're always using your hands overhead, or you're just doing a bunch of things like that. Eventually you're gonna change the fascia to become more thick and sticky, and it's gonna really tighten up, and everything's gonna get all tight, and you're gonna get numbness and tingling in your hands and your arms or whatever. That's basically all it is. It's just nerves being compressed. But I do 100% know that that you can get out of this if you work on it and take the time and you just heal. It's possible to get out of this 100%. To recover from this is possible. because I mean, I felt bad, and then I feel way better. I felt like zero symptoms, and then I started fishing and doing some stuff, and I felt sore. Right now I feel pretty sore. My neck is sore, and I feel pain in my arms, burning pain. But it's a roller coaster ride. It's not like you're gonna feel. It's like you're down, but you're rock bottom, then you go up to feeling great again. You're not gonna feel like that. You do the stretches and everything. You're not gonna feel like that, and then forever you're gonna feel like that. In recovery, you're gonna have ups and downs. You're gonna have ups, you feel great, and you're gonna have downs where you feel bad. Ups longer, you feel better for longer, and then down again. It's ups and downs in this, right? That's just the way recovery is. It's just the way it is. So know that you can heal. Know that it's possible. It's on my leg. Know that's possible. It is. It just takes time. It takes learning to understand what to do. So I recommend the book. I'm not even selling the book, like I said before. If I said it before, I'm not even selling the book. This is something that I use that really helps me feel better. It's recovery, right? So just mixing it up with different things. The book tells you what to do. It's a great book. So I'm going to be making videos every month about my progress on TOS. I'm not going to make a video every day talking about TOS every week, because that's not good progress at all. It's not good progress to do that, because if I give myself a month to heal and do everything, and I come back every month for TOS, that's a better progress. You're giving yourself time to heal. A month is a good time to heal. But I know for me, I'm not going to heal 100%. In a month, I'll feel better, but I won't heal 100%. I know it might take a few months for me to heal, or a year. It could take a year and a half or something. But I know eventually, if I do everything correctly, that I'll get there. Anybody can get there. It's possible, unless you have like an extra rib or something. You need surgery. Get the surgery, and then you can heal 100%. Yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys, for that. So there's a lot to it, but this is just a little bit of information I'm trying to share with you guys on, how I feel, what I'm gonna do and what to do about it. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. There's a lot you can do about this. It's not just about surgery. You can do natural things and get out of this and heal 100%. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I wanted to say today to you guys. And I'll make a video about this update. Excuse me, an update in about a month. But I'll make videos on different things, like every week or so, or maybe every 2 weeks, just about different things, on what to do, about just different things. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. And honestly, just know that you can get better. Know it's possible. It is possible 100%. So yeah, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching, and see you guys later on. Peace out.